Who has ever heard of a man called Sun Wu?
Yes!
I thought maybe you would have. He's better known as Sun Tzu. He was born 544 BC. His name, Sun Tzu, means master. He was a Chinese general, military strategist, and the author of the book, The Art of War. Most of you probably have heard that book. Didn't realize it was 2,500 years old. It's the earliest military treatise and has been used significantly as a systematic guide to war for centuries. Even today, it is still one of the #1 sources that military strategists use. Been around for 2,500 years. His book stresses how important it is to truly know your enemy. That's where the phrase came from. Use brains over brawn. Work smarter, not harder. Those ideas all came from Sun Tzu. He said, if you know the enemy and know yourself, you need not fear the result of 100 battles. If you know yourself, but not the enemy, for every victory gained, you will also suffer a defeat. If you know neither the enemy nor yourself, you will succumb in every battle. Know your enemy. It's exactly what Paul is telling us in this passage. Know your enemy. Be strong in God's might. Put on the whole armor of God that you may be able to stand against the schemes of the devil. Who's your enemy? Here they are. For we do not wrestle against flesh and blood, but against the rulers, against the authorities, against the cosmic powers over this present darkness, against the spiritual forces of evil in the heavenly places. The first enemy Paul tells us about is the devil himself. Your enemy is God's enemy. Your enemy doesn't come at you with horns and a long tail and a pitchfork in his hand. He comes at you like an angel of light. And you know why? Because the devil doesn't hate you. He hates God. He'll come on you like you're his best friend. And he only wants what's best for you. Think about how he came to Eve. Encouraging, asking questions, making her think that he was actually only interested in what was good for her. He is so good at being dishonest that without God's power, you don't stand a chance against him. If you've ever had a deceitful person in your life, I was going to say a friend, but somebody who acts like they're your friend, somebody who is, you know, they're always manipulating. They will say anything to get what they want. I have somebody like that in my life. It's not my wife, don't worry. Somebody that as soon as they come towards me, I know that they're after something. And they act like they are my best friend. They say things to kind of lift me up and encourage me. Like all they want is what's best for me. And then usually within hours or a couple of days, they're asking me for something. And honestly, it hurts. Because you want to believe that they're actually your friend. You want to believe them when they tell you, I've been thinking a lot about you just lately, and I've been really worried and concerned for you. You want to believe that. until you find out actually they're just saying that. What they really want is this from you. By the way, don't look around. There's nobody in this room. That's what the devil does. He comes to you with flattering words, like he's really, really interested and concerned for you. He's a schemer. Paul tells us that we need to put on the armor of God to stand against the schemes of the devil. He's a schemer. He plays the long game. He's happy to be kind of put in the background for a while, just kind of lurking, maybe a little dart here and there, and before you know it, you're in his power. He plans. He thinks things through. Don't be deceived. The devil is not just a force. He's not just evil. He is a genuine person with a personality and a plan and a mind. He's a schemer, and he hates God and everything that God stands for. And he knows he will never overcome God, but if he can get to God's family, that's how he will get to God. He knows your weaknesses, and he will never be kind to you in this battle. He will discover those weaknesses, and that's where he goes for. If you're a person who struggles with a particular bent in your life, that's where he's going to get you. Time and time and time again. He is relentless. He is not kind in his battle against God's people. He is not merciful. If he sees you down, he will kick you. If you're in pain, he will cause more. He will take out every bit of hatred that he has for God on you. And if you are not wearing the armor that God supplies, you will succumb. These are hard words because, and I'm saying this because I think too many Christians have been lulled into a sense of this isn't real. And you know what that is? That's the devil getting into our minds and saying, maybe I don't even really exist. Maybe I'm not even really here. When in fact he is. The devil loves to see Christians fall. He's really not the least bit interested in watching unbelievers fall. That doesn't bother him. That doesn't matter. He only wants to get to God, and he does it by getting to you. We need to be in much prayer for each other. You need to be praying for me, and you need to be praying for each other. As I look out here and I see, even on a low Sunday, what God is doing in this congregation and in this community, I guarantee you we have the attention of the devil. And I guarantee you he's scheming even right now. How can I get to them? How can I bring them down? Better put on that armor, because he's coming after us.